Hello, hello, it's me, Lillian, it's you, and then I have Sherene with me. I'm just so excited that I have Sherene back in my life in San Francisco because she is such a wealth of knowledge, she's such an amazing person, and we get to do this and share with you as well. So I want to get into something that is happening right now in the skies, not just the Mercury retrograde, but there's a shitload of planets in retrograde, not just Mercury, and Mars is retro, and that is actually, I feel like our folks in the SoFit community might be really interested in that as well.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about that a little bit. I'm going to pass it off to Sherene. I'm just going to let her go.
Yeah, because the Mars retrograde really affects, everyone knows about Mercury retrograde, first of all. But Mars retrograde actually happens much less frequently. It's like every 18 months instead of 3 to 4 times a year. And this particular Mars retrograde happens to be going, let's see, I don't want to make this too technical. But let's just say that it's like hardcore Mars retrograde. It's happening in the sign of Sagittarius, so fire signs are really feeling it, especially Sagittarius, and the mutable signs. So
hard to focus.
Sag, Gemini, Pisces and Virgos are really feeling this right now, but then it's going to shift to the fixed signs. Like in May, it's going to go back, it's going to retrograde back into Scorpio, and then we're going to, like the Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, Taurus contingency, we're going to all feel it. But anyway, so the point with Mars retrograde is that it affects us on a physical level. That's why we were saying the SoFit community will really feel this, because it has a lot to do with our physical energy, our stamina, the way we direct our energy, how we just feel on a physical level. So we could feel a little like either we get these spurts of energy or we feel totally exhausted, and probably a weird mix in between. And because of this particular pattern, I was saying it's with Saturn, without getting too technical, we all have this feeling right now of like driving with the brakes on. So it's a little exhausting. Like we want to accelerate, but it's like as we're accelerating, we have to be really clear about our energy. So have you been feeling more exhausted?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. It's like, I have so much that I want to do, but I'm so tired.
Yeah, and with 5 planets retrograde right now, I mean, it's ridiculous. Like there's so much like pushing us backwards. It's like we're trying to move forward, and it's like all the force is like pushing us back. So it's intense. And Mars has also to do with our anger and how we deal with confrontation, and it's like our masculine energy. So it really affects the way we deal with other people when we're angry, and how we deal with frustration in general. And if we're not conscious of our anger, now this is the most important thing with Mars retrograde. If you're not conscious of your anger, and a lot of people are not comfortable with anger because we're taught to be nice and not, like ruffle any feathers, and like, just like to be liked and all that. Yeah. It's getting harder and harder, to just be real about our anger. So when that gets backed up, that's when we start getting physical problems. Especially like headaches, migraines, like all kinds of physical stuff is usually like some kind of repressed anger. Depression is repressed anger a lot of times. So the Mars retrograde is an amazing opportunity to get in touch with how you deal with anger, how you deal with frustration, how you deal with confrontation with others, and how this might be affecting you, like the lack of expression of your Mars energy on a physical level. So if ever there was a time when you need to work out, it's between now and the end of June. Like
better
no
get it
excuses, no exceptions. So here's your woman. Come on.
Better work out with me.
So you're lucky you have her, and don't wait, don't delay.
Right, yeah,
It's really important right now. That's what I'm telling all my clients.
Gotta get physical.
Like, all my clients that are like just still like making excuses or whatever, it's so important. You can't, like, you gotta get into your body right now. All the planets are saying the same thing. And to channel, like, because we all have anger and frustration in our lives, and if we don't, we're gonna feel it now for the next few months. So we need the outlet.
I always say, like, it's gotta go somewhere.
Yeah.
And especially even more so now, right? You're saying that it could really...
It's backed up. It's like
backed
that
up,
energy is really, like, it's like a pressure cooker right now. And we don't have any choice. Like, if we don't express it, we're gonna feel really, like, not only tense and stressed out, but like it's, you know how it is when you like hold on to your anger. It's not a pretty situation.
Yeah, totally.
You start to, clench your teeth at night, and your jaw, and you get you get all the symptoms, headaches and weird symptoms, or your skin breaks out, all kinds of stuff. That's all Mars stuff, by the way. Skin is Mars. Like when people have stuff on their face, that's often like unexpressed Mars energy.
Wow, that's deep.
Right?
All right, so before we wrap up, let's talk about specific dates to watch out for. What can we expect when things shift depending on, you know, the dates, and then what to expect once we're finally out of it. Like what like how does it change once we move forward as well?
Okay, great. So it's going to shift back into Scorpio on May 27th. So that's when we're going to feel that like really deep fixed energy. And again, Scorpios, Leos, Aquarians, and Taurus will really feel this shift of like, ooh, suddenly like, so if you guys haven't been working out, that's your time. Before that, you know, Sag, Gemini, Pisces, Virgo, you guys all have to be on it. And then when we get into June, Mars will finally go direct after 3 months. It will go direct on the 29th of June in Scorpio again. So then, okay, that's the real like surge forward, and it's gonna feel intense because we've all been in this like really slow down retrograde
for 3
groove.
months, right? By then it would have been 3 months, right?
So we're getting used to that. So suddenly, like, imagine all that energy that's been pent up, built up, internalized. It's like, yeah, like, can you imagine?
Yeah.
And it's in Scorpio, which is a passionate, intense, and very determined energy anyway. So we're gonna all be like ready, like come out of the gate, like. It's intense.
So I feel like my Scorpios who are watching might ask like, oh, like does that affect me any like specifically because it's moving forward in Scorpio? I'm thinking of a couple of my specific Scorpio students.
It especially affects Scorpio, of course. It's so intense for Scorpio, and I'm Scorpio, so I'm already feeling it. And because it's been through Scorpio before it retrograded, so we already had the preview in January, February, so you could think
that was when we were feeling really motivated, right?
Yeah, that was the motivation, because Mars is really strong in Scorpio. It's in its own sign, and so Mars rules Scorpio, so it's like in its own jam, just like when it's in Aries. But during this time, because it went retrograde in Scorpio, now it's going to go back, so it's like you got to review whatever you didn't get the first time in January, February. And now it's like the final push forward. So like if you haven't learned how to be like a real strategic mogul by now, you will be. And like if you haven't gotten back into your discipline and your discipline and your physical routine, like it's now or never really. And Scorpio's very extreme like that. It's now or never, it's all or nothing, it's like do or die time.
Wow.
I mean,
all right, do
I
or
can't
die.
Really.
Better go get it.
I'm not exaggerating. It's Mars and Scorpio. You gotta do the math. It's real.
Okay, cool. So y'all gotta work out. You gotta take care of your anger.
Yep.
Notice things that come up like shitty skin and like
headaches, migraines.
You know, I know I'm so bad.
It's true though, because then you know something's going on, or you know, like clenching your jaw at night, and also you're gonna learn how to be more strategic about how you channel your energy instead of blowing up at the wrong time, and like the timing of like being really aware. It's also anger management time. You know, it's not like we're saying, you know, you may have to go out into an open field and scream your lungs out sometimes. That's a good idea. Or punch pillows, but you know, don't take it out on the wrong people. Yeah. And be very strategic about how you channel your energy. That's what Scorpio's trying to teach you, that you're very stealth, you're very strategic, and that's why Mars does really well in Scorpio, because it understands that there's a time for action and there's a time for non-action.
Right, hide away, exactly.
Yeah, like it's very, you know, like float like a butterfly, sting like a bee time.
Right, exactly. All right, so take care of yourself, and then hopefully by June 30th we will be moving and grooving again and feeling that surge. I can't wait.
Yeah, you have Mars ruled.
I know. Mars rules my
Your
chart.
whole chart.
So Mars.
So you feel it. Aries people, Scorpio people, and anyone with like Aries or Scorpio rising will really feel this.
That's
especially.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you so much, Sherene, again. Oh, it's so much valuable information. I can't even tell you how valuable all this is. You can always visit Sherene on her website, ShereneVismaya.com. She's got Project 40 coming up. When does it start?
May 9th.
May 9th. Okay, that's actually coming right up. So all that information is on your website as well?
Yep, it's on my website or project40.info.
Project40.info. Great. I'll leave that all down below as well. If you guys like this video, please, like and share and tell a friend and check back often, because I don't think this will be the last one that we make.
Yay. Definitely not.